Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Florida Gators offense will have the football first. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they faced this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on.
He's loose down the middle. Inside the touchdown Gator. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Western Kentucky's offense will go to work for the first time today. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
Finding an escape route. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32. Let's talk for just a second about Western Kentucky. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface with this group.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team is it feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
The hand to the running back. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Man, I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times in a row. I know everybody wants to air it out, but, man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Gets it out fast. There he goes. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Right back to the well. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Going for 6. Touchdown, Hilltoppers. Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. The short hands, it's Kramer. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
We're off to a fast start here. Offenses are humming as we're in the final minute of the first quarter. They'll leave it with the lone back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quickly complete. A big play gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. 3rd down, a lot of time times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most.
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The give to the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking for space. It's Kramer. And he won't quite get there. But, boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. The Gators come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
And let's not complicate this. It's worked before. The QB sneak continues to get first downs. Keep using it. Keep moving the chains.
And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. The Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on second down. Quick strike complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Great recognition by the defense on that pass play. They knew exactly who the quarterback was going to, and they got there quick.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Motion from the wideout. On the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
He'll throw it. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. This offense has it with really good field position. Quick release by the QB. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Gonna run it. It's Kramer. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Unloads quickly. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. From the gun, the ground game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Turning it on. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. They were able to set the edge, back got the corner, and the defense is lucky he didn't score.
And then what you said is right, setting the edge. You got to block that end man on the line of scrimmage so that ball can get outside. Now it's a great job with the running back being in space, getting away from all the big bodies by tossing that football out wide.
And the Hilltoppers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They're going to go right back to him on first down. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gives it to the back on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on 3rd down, forcing the 4th down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
Just drives it between the uprights. And that's going to give us a tie ball game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
Yeah, I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Gators can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Right on the money. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
It's complete to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Wants to go up top. Quick completion on the out route. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Gators with the 1st and 10. Off the RPO, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Looking left. Another incompletion on third down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. And the defense, got him at the 27.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
The Hilltoppers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They try to pop a run on the draw. It's the runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Knox. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Hilltoppers will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Was looking for more running room but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. On the run, it's Kramer. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football game we've got. And it's been a hard-fought battle today. Two teams out there playing ball and treating this crowd to a memorable first half. Seems to me, and I know I'm going to sound like a coach here, the team that limits turnovers and strings together productive drives is going to be the one celebrating a well-earned victory today.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
A nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Leaves it with the running back. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Off the boot, looking for his man. It's picked off, and that's number 10.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Going for it all. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Florida. They take the lead with the 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. Georgia Tech has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Bobby Dodd Stadium. They're up by 7 over Clemson. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They'll go to work, trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. They go to the draw. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They're setting up the screen. Fights off a defender. They've got him now, and he almost picked up that first down on the screen.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Hilltoppers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Out of the backfield, he's open. Breaks into the open. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Now they'll run the draw. Got enough for the 1st. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Great job by the quarterback, the running back, and the offensive line, really selling pass. That's step one. If you're going to run an effective draw, it's got to look like pass, and then boom, you sneak it right to the running back, gets a big gain, and gets a 1st down.
They'll give it to him again. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. It's complete on the right side. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. And the Hilltoppers line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. The Gators are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Give to the single back. And he can't get past the 2-yard line, but at least they avoided going backwards.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Got the 1st down and still on his feet. All kinds of room to the right. Inside the 30. He's at the and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Gators. They push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
What an unbelievable play on offense, and I think the thought process was, hey, we're on our own 2-yard line, let's just run the ball and give ourselves some space, give ourselves some better field position, but the ball carrier says, no way, I'm making people miss, I'm taking this thing to the crib, and he showed you his speed. Wow, what a game-changing type play.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Rolling right and going deep. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
The give as they work on that clock. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on 3rd down. Looking down the middle. He's got the tight end. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Back to the ground with the running back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Quickly complete. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. Well, the dreams of an undefeated season are over. Certainly an accomplishment to make it this far, but this week in practice is probably going to be pretty interesting.
It's going to be very tough after suffering that loss, but you wonder, David, if this might be a blessing in disguise for them, because sitting here at 1 loss late in the year, their college football playoff hopes very much alive still. Now, can they turn this into a positive and get back on the horse?
And we've seen that in recent years, right? Like you saw Ohio State, they used a late loss to catapult them. They had so much energy and so many doubters and haters that propelled them to go win a national championship. So this moment, while it's sad and it's kind of depressing for them, could be one of the best.